Our next guest says there is still a path for President Trump, but this isn't it. Republican Congressman Thomas Massie joins me live with why he will vote to certify the results today. Congressman, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me on, Jillian.
So you just heard from Congressman Fulcher. If you were taking a listen to that, he said that the reason he is doing this is, he says, quote, states simply broke their own laws. Do you agree with that?
Well, I agree that Congress does have a constitutional role to play today, but our job today is to determine, are these the electors the state sent us? Not, are these the electors we wish they would have sent us or they should have sent us? It's not our role to overturn an election. And so, you know, no state has sent a competing set of electors. No state has informed us that we should decertify our electors. There are some letters floating out there, but they're asking for an investigation. I want an investigation too. I wonder why Donald Trump's AG, Bill Barr, didn't do an investigation, but I'm really wondering why his new AG that started on Christmas Eve hasn't done an investigation. I'd love to have an investigation. That's not happening. Some of the states have sent letters, but they don't constitute a majority of their legislature. So, ironically, I quote the same part of the Constitution as the people who want to challenge these electors. I say, look, it is the legislature's role, and so if a majority of any legislature talks to me between now and 1 p.m. and says, please decertify our electors, I would do it.
Interesting. So what do we do, though, going forward about, you know, what Congressman Fulcher had discussed about how, you know, the states have broken their own laws, some of these states. What do we do about that to ensure that this doesn't happen again? Because a lot of people take issue with that.
Well, these state legislatures need to get together and they need to tighten up their laws. They are loosey-goosey, and I think when you have mail-in elections, there's no way to do voter ID when somebody's not even showing up to vote. I think there's a certain amount of fraud baked into all mail-in elections, and so they need to fix that. They need to go back to their own states, but we can't do that for them here in Congress. We can't fix their election laws, and frankly, in a lot of those states, I believe that those legislators wanted the laws changed, and they just didn't want to do it themselves. If they got a problem with it, they need to get a hold of me by 1 p.m. today. Otherwise, I'm following the electors that every state sent us.
Okay,
I think it's a race to the bottom if we replace the Electoral College with Congress, because Nancy Pelosi controls Congress. I can tell you this today, Jillian, the result is going to be that Joe Biden is going to be named the president by Congress because Nancy Pelosi controls the House. We don't want to turn elections over to the House.
Yeah, and it sounds like to me that you're open to changing your mind on this if you see the appropriate information in front of you that you deem appropriate anyway to make that change.
That's right.
All
That's right.
Congressman Thomas Massie, thank you for joining us. Appreciate your time.
Thanks. Thanks, Jillian.